You're listening to Opinions in Beer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that have... That has a whiffer?
Robot voice because of...
Thick and dark looking? It looks...
Put a lot of oxygen into the fermenting yeast, they go aerobic and they start multiplying.
Great American Ale off, but I don't want to drink a bunch of American Ales.
Cause of death. Dun dun dun.
It tastes worse than Bud Light.
Straight up 10. Hello, welcome to Opinions and Beer. I'm your host, Adam. Today with me is Ed Ray 1416.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we've got some more life advice. Ed Ray, did you know life advice was a very popular episode that we did earlier this year?
And a very controversial one at that.
It may be so, but it was our top episode of the month of January, I believe, is when we recorded that episode. It might have been December. I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe it's so long ago now. So long ago. We only do so many of these podcasts a month. Feels like a lot, but it's only so many. But, so we're back with some more life advice. This is Life Advice Part 2. But before we get there, obviously, we've got to talk about the beer of the day. And today's beer of the day is brought to you by Parish Brewing Company from Broussard, Louisiana. This is a double Indian IPA. It is 8.4% in alcohol by volume. It was made with double strata, citra, cashmere hops. It is double wheat. Braincake. When I say Braincake, what do you think of, Ed Ray?
I think of brain tasting very sweet.
That's very on the nose of you. But very on the nose. Now, I poured this beer already for picture time. You know what? Let me pour this beer again. Just so you can hear that. That nice can opening sound. Oh yes, it pours a very blonde. It's a yellowish hazy color. It's very like this is a obvious hazy IPA. It smells of citrus notes. It's of the citrus aroma. It's in the citrus aroma in the categories of smelling. Also, it smells like oranges. And I'm going to try this beer, Ed Ray. Are you ready for me to try this beer? Let me try this beer. That's light. At 8.4%. You know what? I don't see... for an IPA, for a double IPA... For double IPA, the IBUs are not present on the can, so I don't even know how many IBUs this can has, but I'm not tasting any of it. Maybe a little bit in the back of there, but it's very smooth. It's a very smooth IPA. What? No, you can tell me. Say it. What is it? Is it bitter? It's very smooth, huh? It's like an orange juice. Yeah. You know, it tastes like orange juice, Ed Ray. Ed Ray, you don't normally do this, but I think you're a big orange juice guy.
Haven't had orange juice in quite a while. I usually eat oranges, but I'll try anyway.
I want you to try this here orange juice beer.
Alright. It smells like dull pineapple juice, even though...
Oh, is it pineapple?
Yeah.
Well, it smells like pineapple. Alright, let me go
I don't know the
ahead and try
difference of... Maybe I don't know the difference of pineapple and orange juice.
It's pineapple.
It smells like pineapple juice, but it tastes incredibly bitter.
No, it doesn't. This is smooth. This is like one of the least bitterest beers I've ever had.
Whatever,
It's
man.
like one of the least bitterest IPAs.
Whatever, man. This is why I'm a wine guy.
No, it's bitter in the back of the tongue, but it's not super bitter.
I do taste the
Not overly bitter. You know what? I think we wait. You know, so I'm gonna go. The trick with IPAs. Want to hear a secret about IPAs, Ed Ray?
Go ahead.
So IPAs were made bitter for their trips across to India. That's why they call it IPAs, Indian Pale Ales. That's why they have these all these hops in it, is to survive the trip to India, to keep the flavor. but current modern day IPAs, the bitterness is actually what makes the IPA an IPA. Ironically, we've gone topsy-turvy. So, instead of being able to keep it for so long, you're supposed to drink these as soon as possible. And I'll be honest, we kind of are drinking these in the later part of that as soon as possible. I would say April 1st, you cannot drink this and retain any of the same flavor. In fact, probably February 16th, this beer started losing flavor. But that's just the nature of IPAs, that you're supposed to drink them within the month they're brewed, if not the week. But they start losing their flavor and their hops rather swiftly after about a month. And then people say that 3 months should be the max. And so we're right there on the cuff of this not tasting like it's supposed to. So maybe this was originally super bitter, and the bitter notes came off a little bit better. I guess I am getting the pineapple-y stuff. I get pineapple and orange confused. Really citrus. It's because that citrusness, I think. It's like a citrus pineapple, though. I find pineapple to be more sweet, and there's no sweetness to this. So it's just the citrus part of a pineapple, which is not. It's sweet.
It smells sweet.
Well, you know what? No, grapefruit. That's what it comes off as. Grapefruit.
No, that's
Yes,
the other one.
grapefruit. Like a grapefruit
Looks
pineapple.
like a pineapple.
Anyways, I'm going to deliberate about what I should rate this beer, while Ed Ray does Whining with Ed Ray.
Alright, so today's wine of choice is Oakley Vineyard Sangria. And the purpose of this is to show people that I can do a different variety. And while I try to open this bottle here, time to review this. Grape wine, sangria is grape wine with natural flavors. This vibrant, juicy sangria has bright notes of citrus fruit, a hint of sweetness, and a refreshing finish. Enjoy chilled or over ice. Well, anyway, I like to try this fresh because that's how I always been. And this has been invented and bottled by Oakley Vineyards of Livermore and Ripon, California. And this has 9% alcohol by volume, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this right now. Okay, so this may be a little bit similar to Carlo Rossi Sangria. I mean, while Carlo Rossi does have a little bit of a stronger flavor when it comes to their sangria, this could be a little bit sweeter, so I'm going to go ahead. Alright, so it smells pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and taste this. Okay, it's very sweet, not as strong, but it's still sweet enough to where I can stand it, With Carlo Rossi, it's very well balanced, but with this, there's a little bit less alcohol in this one, but I can still detect the sweetness, and it's a good palate cleanser, especially if somebody asks you to try a beer, and then you decide you want to cleanse your palate with a little bit of sweet wine. So, for something as cheap as this wine here being very good, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? That's a good rating, Ed Ray. You must be a whiner.
Oh, you got that right.
You know what, Ed Ray? Speaking of 9 out of 10, I might give this baby right here a 9 out of 10. Well, maybe 8 out of 10. Maybe 8.5 out of 10. You know what it is? The drinkability is there for the craft beer market, craft beer drinkers. The drinkability is there. It's very easy to consume beer. The bitterness for an IPA is it settles on the back of the tongue. It's not in your face like some other IPAs, and it has these citrus notes that you expect from these hazy IPAs that we've been getting. So it really hits all the nice notes. If this wasn't a limited, I think this Braincake is a limited release. They only release these once every year, and if they wouldn't, I'd buy it again. It was a good enough beer to buy more than once. It's above a 5. and it was really good drinkability-wise. The IPA wasn't perfect, but it's very good. Solid 8.5.
That's good.
8.5. Ed Ray, you know who else likes to whine? The internet. You're not the only whiner around here. So you know what we like to do, Ed Ray, with the internet? We like to go and solve their problems with our opinions while we're drinking our beer and whining with you. You ready to go and whine some people up?
Let's get started.
Okay. Let's go to the Reddit. The interesting world of Reddit and try to give some life advice. So we're going to scroll through here. These are not hand-picked out. We probably could hand-pick them out beforehand, but we like to just scroll through and see what the most recent problems are and try to help them solve their problems. Life advice number 1. Hello. I'm 22 living at home. I don't really have career goals in mind, but I don't want to remind. I think
it's supposed to be remain, but this guy is obviously illiterate.
I don't want to remain stagnant forever. Any attempt I do at striving towards something better, I immediately just get overwhelmed. I'm lost, and I need to move out. How do I find out what I should do? My parents don't help that much.
I think he's supposed to say my parents, but once again, he's illiterate.
My parents don't help that much. Ed Ray, what is some life advice for this 22-year-old living at home?
Number 1, quit doing drugs. Number 2, get a job. Number 3, if you have something valuable that you need to get rid of it and try to make a quick dollar right away. And while you're doing that, also look at the classifieds and see if there are any houses for sale or any houses for rent or an apartment for rent. It's really that simple, man. Quit being lazy.
Well, what are some ways he could find himself some career goals?
Well, while he's trying to find himself a job, he ought to think deep into what he wants to do, what makes him motivated to get out there and do something. I mean, if he loves video games, he can be a video game designer. If he likes to fix cars, he could fix cars for a living, Well,
try to give him a step-by-step action plan of how to get to some career goals.
Well, first off, you need to start off with a basic job and save money. And number 2, like I said, you need to read into what makes you very interested. And if you really want to make something out of it, you need to go to school and get yourself trained for the job in question or the career in question. And then afterward, whenever you get that degree, start going out and finding places that are going to hire you. I mean, yeah, you may have to make some sacrifices if you live in a small town. You'll have to go to a big city to do your training for your career. But, yeah, that's how step-by-step goes. You start off with a job, save your money, go to a school or whatever, get yourself trained, and then start moving to the big city to find the career that you're looking for.
But he just wants to move out in general to get his own place.
Well, like I said, he needs to put down the drugs, get a job, and then read the classifieds to find out where he could find himself.
What do you think the timeline is of him getting the job and getting him... Well, give him a goal-oriented timeline to move out and get a place.
It's usually 5 years. I mean, when you start...
5 years to get out and move into your own place?
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on what kind of basic job you're having and what you can afford in terms of rent.
My dad says 3 months.
Wait a minute. It ain't that simple if you're trying to do everything on your own. I mean, you still got to do stuff.
6 months.
Well, like I said, it's not that easy.
Well, sometimes you just got to do what people tell you to do.
And sometimes it ain't going to be easy because you still got to figure it out yourself.
Right? No one's saying it will be easy. They're just saying you have to do it.
But there's more to life than just doing it. You got to figure it out on your own.
Basically, Mr. 21-year-old living at home, we don't have all the answers. We couldn't help you all completely. Try your best to get a job, save your money, and get the first thing you can find if you really want to move out. If not, it may take you a little longer than your original goals. Moving on. Life advice number 2. Here's the headline. Everything feels like it's falling apart. My car was totaled. The other person was at fault. I got a max level speeding ticket on my way to pick up my little brother from work. I haven't yet been accepted into the only college. I've applied to one college and have yet to be accepted. One of my 2 jobs relies on having a vehicle. I make most of my income there. I'm taking high-level biology courses, 14 credits. I'm in debt from school, which I continuously pay. My other job is a work study, and it ends in May. The only good thing in my life is that I have the necessities I need to survive, and my girlfriend. I pay all of my own bills, and I'm overwhelmed. Any advice to keep me from losing my mind would be helpful. So, car was totaled. Got a max level speeding ticket. Now he's about to lose his job that requires a vehicle. And then his other job ends in May. He has to pay for his college. Ed Ray, what is some advice you could give this man?
Well, you just gotta hang on to the jobs that you have, and if you're in danger of losing one of those jobs, you go out there and try to find another job as quickly as you can. That way you can still pay your bills and pay the debts and all that other stuff.
What are some ways to get to the job?
Well, you gotta read the classifieds and find out what jobs are available.
But how does he get there?
Figure out where the place is and then drive to it if he has
He
an
doesn't
interview.
have a job. He doesn't have a car, I said. He wrecked. His car was totaled. He has no vehicle.
Well, this is where your expertise comes into play.
So
You know, that's more to you now.
you got to find a way to work. Or maybe, you know what? Uber's very popular nowadays. You may have to spend some money on some Uber, or you can take the public transit if there is a public transit. Even our little small town has a public transportation system. You can order a bus to come pick you up for $10. Not everywhere has a public transportation system though, but try your best to get public transportation to your job, and just try to save up and get a new vehicle. You know what? Try Carvana. Carvana really helped me out. 0 down for a car. They delivered the car to me. So you know what? There's my life advice to you. Go to Carvana. Get yourself a car, 0 down, it'll work. And go, and then you can continue your job. That's it. Everything feels like falling apart. Carvana it up. There you go. Let's go to next. Let's find the next one. We fixed that one. Life advice solved. The tiger. What is this long? Oh, good God.
Try something else.
Yeah, no. We don't like to do the short stories. Some people want to. Okay, this one isn't too bad, is it? Okay. Is it wrong to talk about the elephant in the room? First, I am autistic. Discrimination in my workplace is no longer an issue as I now have the experience to handle it. But I am far from being issue-free. At my last job, my coworkers had me hide when the owners arrived at our plant location. I didn't understand it then, but last week I had an epiphany. I mentioned an issue I've been seeing with waste production, and I brought it up to the production manager. The fault ultimately fell on the technicians for not being diligent. The next day, I could sense that my shift supervisor was upset with me, and he saw me tossing out scrap. I know I went above him, and that angered him. I made him look bad. Is this wrong of me to do? I just want what is best for the company. Our turnover rate is ridiculous, and one of the main reasons is the machine repair is not in our budget. I feel like if maybe they worried more about waste, we would get the parts we need. Our workers would not be so frustrated we would be able to keep people. Instead, it seems as if they run machines even when they're producing all scrap because of the downtime makes them look bad. Advice, I've been told to trust the process, but we are overworked and tired. Ed Ray, can you address the elephant in the room?
I think the elephant in the room is that this worker is being told to not say anything to the higher-ups about the problems with the machinery and the other stuff at the job. And I say that's not a very good thing just to hide from the bosses whenever they're there, because the big bosses, they're supposed to inspect everything to make sure that there's productivity within the company. And for the people that are telling this worker to stay away and not say anything it's kind of stupid, because on one hand, these workers that are trying to protect their jobs are also jeopardizing their own jobs by not keeping everything up to par. And so what this worker needs to do is write a complaint to the owners anonymously about the issues with the company and see if they can send an inspector to inspect what needs to be fixed. That way, the production of the company, the productivity of what goods are being produced goes up, and all the workers are still able to work.
What about him being autistic? Why do you have to mention that?
I don't know, because that is incredibly irrelevant to what's going on.
Maybe he was saying he feels like
he does not understand the situation until the complaints were being made about the machinery. But people that work with this dangerous machinery, they're often afraid to report it, because that means that there could be job layoffs or terminations or whatever. And that's why people are afraid a whole lot of the time to report stuff like that.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Here's some life advice we need to give this person. This 19-year-old female regularly cuddles their older and younger brothers. 22 male and 18 male. Okay, the title itself, but I've never seen a problem with this before, ever. Until during reading week, I had a group of friends. Over and happened to be on the couch, half cuddling my older brother for probably 5 minutes. I also tend to show a lot of it. Oh my god.
No.
Oh god.
Please forget it.
No. So this 19-year-old female likes to cuddle and kiss her brothers, and the friends were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, Ed Ray?"
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a sign of abuse on the part of the girl, because a regular female would not kiss their own brother unless they've been abused. I mean, this is pretty messed up.
I don't know what to say. I didn't know how. I didn't know that was going to be so great. I can't even go there. I don't know what to say.
Don't.
This.
Don't. Another one.
This.
Oh, your phone.
And looks like we got a call.
Is that lower?
No. Ed Ray. I mean, Timmy. Oh shit! It hung up. Timmy tried calling live on the air.
Yeah.
I guess he just got off work. Let's see.
That next one.
So okay, some person was betrayed by their whole group of friends. What do you say to them?
Betrayed by a whole group of friends?
Yes.
Just walk away from them, because they're not gonna. You cannot trust them after what they did to you.
Here's another one. I outed my mother as a lesbian, and now my dad and sister are furious at me.
Well, if you do not like the fact that your mother is homosexual, then you shouldn't have to put up with the crap from your father and sister, because you have a mind of your own.
My friend was hacked, and I'm scared. Well, my friend was hacked and is scared. When he logged into his computer, his mouse was hijacked, and it began opening Word and said, "Your culture does not reflect my values," and posted anti-Asian American memes with the coronavirus. How do you respond?
I think this is your expertise here.
These are a little too crazy. I don't know what. Man, let's go back to life advice. I went through a different thread. We'll do. These are a little crazy.
Is that 9%? 9?
Good God.
Too strong for you or what?
Let's do 2 more.
Yeah, for wine.
Let's do 2 more life advices, Ed Ray. Let's find 2 more. Okay, this one seems... I feel like I'm unstable. This one's short. Right now, I'm technically homeless in temporary housing. Have been for a few months now, and I just find it hard to cope. I'm in a constant loop of wishing I was dead, but afraid of death, while also consumed by self-pity. I honestly don't know what to do. I'm 20 years old. 20 years old, homeless, temporary housing, afraid of death, but wants to die. What is some life advice you could give this man?
Obviously, this man needs to go to church and have an intervention with the preacher and to see what the guy can do. And if he needs more than just that, he could go to a park and try to interact with some people that have been through this before. Find a way for him to cope like that. I mean, he can basically go anywhere. He needs to just get out of this temporary housing and go somewhere and intervene for a bit. And then when this person finally comes around, he'll be able to get his life together.
There you go, man. Get your life back together. You're 20 years old. The whole world's in front of you. Don't want to die. Dying is bad. You'll be dead. All right, we have one. Let's. Okay. Oh, I don't know what to do next, Ed Ray. We have the 5-minute wonder guy. I've been slowly losing interest in things. Something about anxiety. My dad doesn't like where my life is. I keep putting off pursuing what interests me. Why do I feel so lost? I don't know what to do. Whom to speak to. What job should I have? I feel like background character about my friends. High school love advice. Is he on? Okay. No, he's not. It's connecting. It won't connect. My dick burns. What the?
Oh, no.
Please someone help me. My penis burns.
That's
I've never had
stupidest.
sex, so it isn't an STD. Good God. I really, what happened, I tell him, okay, so I live with my 2 best friends in our first adult house. I was taking down a command strip. We're looking for one more.
Hey, call.
I don't know how to call him. We're trying to figure out life advice. Ed Ray, what is some... Should I stop smoking weed during the school week?
Well, school week, yes, but weekends, it's up to you.
Jim won't cancel my membership. What should I do?
Contact the owner and see if he could get the ownership canceled, and if he can't, then you might as well sue the gym.
How can I make money online?
Oh, it's simple. You gotta provide a product that people like.
Should I rehome any of my animals? I have 2 cats, 2 rabbits, and 13 rats.
Do I really want to answer this one?
Should you rehome any of your animals? Yes, you should probably rehome at least 13 of your rats, 2 rabbits, and a cat. No, you know what? 13 rats, 2 cats, and a rabbit. Keep the rabbit. Rabbits, I don't think have too much maintenance. Do rabbits have maintenance?
Not really. All you
And
gotta
they die
do is
quick.
all
So
you
you know
gotta do
what?
is feed them vegetables and let them crap.
So you know what? 13 rabbits, 2 cats, and a rabbit. The other rabbit will die shortly soon. So don't worry. You'll be animal free soon enough. It'll all work out. I get called weird all the time. Should I change? I'm pretty mentally mature. In fact, my ex and my current girlfriend are both 22 years old, and I'm 20. They're 2 years older than me. How crazy is that? I'm quiet most of the time, naturally. I have a good heart. I don't get angry. Am I weird? Is he a weird person? Their favorite actor is Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, that has to go all the way back to 2007 because Anna Nicole Smith is dead.
This is 2 hours ago.
But it's kind of weird to talk about her.
Is it a good idea to move into my house with my boyfriend?
Oh, well,
We've been dating for 3 years.
well, I would say Personally, I would say no because it would be considered a sin. Because it would be wise for you and your boyfriend to get married first before moving in, because moving in together is a trust issue more than anything else.
2 more and we'll be done. My friend is a grown-ass man who watches Vampire Diaries and Teen Wolf TV shows. What should I do?
Slap some sense into him and tell him to stop watching them teen shows because he's a grown man and he should be watching adult content.
What's an adult show, Ed Ray?
How about game shows for one?
South Park. South Park is... You can watch South Park and The Simpsons. Hey, look, Disney Plus. You can watch Disney Plus and watch Milo Murphy's Law.
Okay, now that's a little bit better. Not really.
How can I... No. 27, ambitious.
The only time South Park was funny was when they made Hitler jokes.
Okay. I need to lose some weight and tone... I need to lose some weight and tone my stomach by July. Do you know how to lose some weight and tone his stomach by July?
Yeah, if you really want to tone your stomach, then do some exercises on a daily basis, man.
Hey, I
do
got
some weights.
I know some losing weights. You should probably try the carnivore diet. I was on the carnivore diet for exactly 1 week, and I lost about 10 pounds. How crazy is that? 1 week, 10 pounds. I quit the carnivore diet and went to Buffalo Wild Wings and ate a bunch of wings and watched the Tyson Fury fight. But other than that, I was doing pretty good. Yes, Timmy is on his way here. Not for the podcast, but just in general. I just want you to know that, people of the world.
All right, let's get to this.
I just want to make sure. I want us to end on a good one. Let's see. Do I have lymphoma? I can't decide if I'm ready to live on my own. I'm concerned for my friends. They smoke weed and do drugs. A dog foster. How should I get revenge on my brother? I was in the shower and I closed my eyes for a split second. I heard this explosion and felt something cold on my feet. I thought it was my shampoo, but no. My brother ran into the bathroom while I was showering and threw a cup of ice cubes at me. I need help and ideas for revenge. Thank you. Let's give some last advice of the night. Let's give this man some advice of how to get revenge on his brother. First off, let's give him 3 revenge advices. 3 revenges. First off, give him... So, I believe that X-Lax chocolates come in a pack of 12, right? 12. Just buy the chocolate bars, the giant chocolate bar of little chocolate bars, like 12 bars of chocolate X-Lax, and and blend that up into a chocolate X-Lax smoothie, and give it to your brother. Say, here you go. Here's a nice chocolate X-Lax. Don't say it's chocolate X-Lax, but in your brain they'll say, here you go, brother. Here's a chocolate X-Lax milkshake. That'd be pretty good. Or, this is still part 1 of my first advice. Or, because he threw ice cubes at you while you were in the shower, you can throw poop at him while he's in the shower.
Sick.
That's Ed Ray, your turn.
Well, this is an old trick, but a good one. Give him a glass of Coca-Cola, but before you do, put some cocaine in that Coca-Cola and get him high.
What kind? That's an expensive revenge. That's expensive. That's expensive revenge. You think he's gonna buy Coca-Cola? I mean Coke. You think he's gonna buy Coke to put in the Coca-Cola?
Used to. On hold.
Yeah, some people used to do that back in the day, and that got people high.
Oh my goodness! Come up with the third one, and I'll spit on it with you.
Oh, this is gonna be a tough one.
Nice little revenge. What's a good revenge on someone?
It's not good to revenge.
I got an idea.
No revenge.
I got an idea for revenge. When your brother least expects it, he's walking down the road. Maybe he's riding his little bicycle. Give him a bicycle. He's riding his bicycle down the road. You tell your mama, little Johnny is riding his bike down the road. He's going to get attacked by a man in a straw hat. Your mama's going to get in the car and go try to find the man with the straw hat. You can tell him left, and she will go right. Little Johnny will get home and say, "Where's Mama?" And you'll say, "Mama's dead. Oh, she went to the hospital. I called the ambulance. Daddy went to meet her at the hospital. That's why the car's gone. They are gone for the day. To the hospital. Mama has passed. Quick, little Johnny. Take this bottle of nightshade." Little Johnny took that bottle of nightshade, and little Johnny passed away quickly. And there was the revenge.
That's sad. That's sad.
And Ray, was that is that good revenge?
Sad.
I suppose.
You suppose? You don't agree? Well,
That's sad.
that's just your opinion, and that's fine. Because all we have here are opinions and Braincake IPA.
And beer.
Beer.
We are a million and billion. The prize.